All right, everybody, I finally made it. I tell you. Life is what it is. Well, I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad you can join me at any time, whether it's live or as we say, replay time. I'm Brother Francis. You all know who I am. I'm the guy that does Wisdom Keys just about every Thursday. At this time, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. This is a opportunity to be here and broadcast and give you some of the keys that I've worked with in my own life and still work with. Now, before I jump into my topic here called Affirmation, the amazingly awesome creative power of your written word. I know that's a mouthful. It's probably a tongue-tied situation, but I want to put an announcement out here first and foremost. Every Tuesday we have Donna of Dominion Toro, and then she comes on there at about 12 p.m. Mountain Time on Tuesdays, and she gives a one-card reading, but before she does that, she pulls a card of the day and gives you the energy card of the day. And then she has a specific topic that she talks about throughout her live situation, her live program. And then usually every Wednesday she pops on her own time through Resident Essentials, and she does some quick readings for people. Also, I'm here, of course, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, but on Fridays, we have Michelle Vidal, the owner and operator of Resident Essentials, and she uses the topic Swanda. And as Swanda, she puts out some great information, teaching you a lot about the metaphysical laws and the spiritual laws and things you need to do to improve your life and to make it better. But I also want to announce here, I hope many of you had a chance to come to the Psychic Fair. It was, I'd like to say, on and popping. It was very busy. Everybody was busy. A lot of activity going on. There was even a rummage sale going on there as well. So it was a very good day on Sunday. Coming up in just a few more weeks, I think about two weeks maybe, is Breakthrough Connections. Breakthrough Connections is this wonderful 8-week workshop being given by Nicole Nikki Bruton Phillips of, what is her business, Connected Compass, as well as being hosted in the location of Resident Essentials, run by Michelle Vidal. And they have appointed me to join in with them in this beautiful project. So it's going to be the three of us, and we're going to help parents who have psychically gifted kids. In other words, help these parents relate to children. And so if you want to know more about this project that's going to jump off for 8 weeks, starting Saturday, November the 6th, you need to go to residentessentials.com and Connected Compass Limited Company. You can find them both here on Facebook because they both have their pages here, and you can go to their websites. You can give them a call. You can register and you can sign up. It's ideal program, and it's going to work, and we're expecting it to work, and I'm very excited about working with Michelle Vidal and Nicole Nikki Bruton Phillips. So hey everybody, take advantage of this opportunity. If you're a single parent with a small family or a large family of 4 kids or whatever, the price is going to be just right for you, and there's going to be this opportunity to interact. So have your children find out what their gifts are and bring it out, and I'm going to help the parents find their gifts and have some breakthroughs so that they can connect and work in a cohesive manner. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there to all of you. And if you want, I'll just flash you the flyer. So there goes the flyer, okay? So anyway, you need to jump on the opportunity as it presents itself to you. Now, today's topic is affirmation, the amazingly awesome creative power of your written word. You know, we use words all the time. Words, of course, as a language to communicate with each other, right? We're always talking. We're always doing our best to express ourselves clearly, to be articulate, and also to make sense. And so, what this is an opportunity for you to understand how affirmations work. Now, I've been working with affirmations for a long time. I first got involved with working with affirmations about 10, 15 years ago, and I realized I had to learn how to, chop it down, sculpt down my sentences a little bit. I learned how to do certain other things so that the affirmation would have a kick to it, would actually put something forward. And so, what people may have often heard, and I used to hear it all the time. I used to hear people say, affirmations don't work. I've used affirmations, they don't work for me. Or they hear someone else say, why do you want to use the affirmations? They don't work. Well, what they didn't realize was indirectly they got hit with an affirmation that had some emotional kick behind it. And because they were opened up emotionally and already had a disbelief that it wouldn't work, then when they tried to engage in using an affirmation, it didn't work. Well, it takes time. There's no short schemes in using affirmations, especially when you're starting off in the beginning. And of course, you have to be able to work the affirmation, set it up and work on it. Okay, that's highly important. It will work, and it does work. And there are tons of people out in the world that use them, even if it's just on a small scale for themselves to make themselves stronger. Well, here's a few things that why your affirmations may not work. Here's a few ideas. 1, you don't believe that they work. 2, you do not have faith in using them. 3, you don't have faith in yourself so that you can use them. 4, you did not understand that an affirmation is also an intention. Okay, that's just 4. The 5th reason it may not work for you is you thought using an affirmation, again, is a scheme. You thought, okay, it's just bogus. You didn't know that using an image or a picture will help you. You did not realize how emotions work in helping you use the affirmations. So that's about 7 points right there. Why an affirmation may not work for you. And it's important to understand that inside, of course, here in the region of your heart, and the energy of the heart chakra, if you don't think or don't feel that you can do, or don't feel, it's not going to work. It's the same thing as if you don't feel that you can drive a car or ride a bike, that you can stay balanced on the bike, then to you, it doesn't work. But you have some internal mechanisms going on inside of you that are blocking you from the opportunity, the experience to feel what it's like independently to ride a bike by yourself without training wheels. So I'm going to introduce some things that are like training wheels for affirmations. Well, let us look at the words belief and faith. When you do look up the word belief, it is synonymous with the word faith. But they're not necessarily the same. Belief and faith is not necessarily the same. Beliefs usually point to the fact that there's some bit of uncertainty. And an ideal way to look at it is, can you picture being in a courtroom and you have to approach the witness stand? They call it a witness stand for a reason. And if you notice, with the witness stand, the person is sitting to the left of the judge, the one who rules. You're not sitting to the right, you're sitting to the left for a reason. It's symbolically set up that way. It means you're at the mercy of the judge, you see, and the people court, and the defense attorney, as well as the DA attorney, prosecutor. So you're not where you really want to be. You're not on the right hand side. You're not on the side where the grass is greener, so to speak. You're where it's barren. But here's another thing. When you say you believe, that doesn't necessarily mean that you know something is true or not. Again, we go back to a courtroom setting. Every attorney and judge knows to use the word belief when you're using it. It means more like hearsay. And that word hearsay, people always ask, well, were you a witness? Were you the actual witness? Or did you hear something being said? Meaning you didn't see it with your eyes. You got the news secondhand by someone else who saw it. Or third or fourth by other people ahead of you that actually witnessed it. Or maybe they didn't witness it either, and you got all this information that changes. You remember the game we used to play as children? You stand in a circle, right? Stand in a circle, and someone picks one phrase. And if it's done with an adult or a teacher, the teacher picks the phrase and whispers the phrase into the ear of the student to the right. That student only gets to hear the phrase one time. Now that student has got to what? Pass the phrase along. Do their best to give it word for word. But usually when you get down further in the circle, it starts to change. People can't remember everything that's being said, so they start putting things in the place of other words and phrases. And then when you come around to that last person on the side of the person that initially started it, it comes out completely different. It's the same like that, like a belief. It starts out one way, but it changes. By the time it got back to where it's supposed to be, it's not the same. So, a belief can sometimes do that. But the word faith, what is the word faith? Faith is more like something that is already known to be true. When you're talking about having faith in something. When you feel like you have faith in someone who's close to you, it's because you have the experience with that person. You know, deep down inside, that person's going to do exactly what they say that they're going to do. And they usually follow through, and they put a little extra kick behind what they're doing because they know. And therefore, you have faith in them because you know that they know. You don't have to believe in anything. You know that they're going to execute it, they're going to demonstrate it, and you don't have nothing to worry about. You know, if you look at the word faith, inside the word faith is the word fiat, F-I-A-T. If you separate the H and take the letters F-A-I-T and turn them around to F-I-A-T, that's a word that means spark, divine spark. H is like a word to breathe. Breathe in the divine spark. Issue a divine spark. Faith. You know about faith because you have seen it, you have experienced it, you have lived it. It's a direct experience. I got extra noise out. I hope you don't hear this extra noise. Let me move my mic away from me. So one of the things here is it's the same when you use an affirmation. You know that it works. Now, how does it work? Well, affirmation, when thought of, when you're thinking it, when you speak it, it's spoken, or when it's written, meaning you're writing it out, it is done with intent. Willfulness, that's what intent is about. You put that thought out there and it's willful. You're willing it in the place. That's all you are concerned with. is the exact word. And intent, when you are intending something, it means you expect this to happen. There's no doubt in your mind. It's sort of like what a decree is. When a decree is, you state it, you claim it, you state it, you proclaim it, and you're not worrying about it. You just put it out there and you go on to the next level. There's no doubt in your mind, but you realize it is the truth for you. So when you're using an affirmation, you're stating words that have to do with yourself, nobody else but you. You're only expecting goodness to happen for yourself first. So you are stepping beyond belief into direct knowing. That's very important. You take the time out to think about it so much that you had more than enough faith in yourself that you now know that not only does it have value, but you have value and you deserve it. You're serving it up to yourself. You're expecting it to work for yourself. There's no doubt in your mind that it's going to not work. You're intending it to be. You're expecting it to happen. Children do that. You tell a child, keep your grades up and I'm going to help you have that bike. Or I'm going to help you get this computer. Child keeps their word. They do their part. They work hard. They get good grades. Now it's on you because you already intended it. You put it in motion and they expect it to happen. And eventually it does happen. So you must come to the realization that you deserve what you said in the form of an affirmation. Affirmations are not schemes. They're not, something that you just lay out and is going to happen overnight. They are well thought out verbal presentations to yourself. That means you're going to repeat them to you. You're going to tell yourself over and over and over that what you're saying is true. Now, here's something else. There's 3 ideas here that can be implemented when you use an affirmation. First, you can have a picture in your mind or an image, or you think of the word imagination. You're imagining that what you're saying is taking place. And it's taking place right now. It's not something that happened or will happen, but it has happened because you've experienced it before on some level. So you imagine, though, have the picture in your mind that is happening to you or through you or for you. Then there are emotions. What about emotions? Helps you to get excited about it. Emotions act like fuel for your intent, for your images, for your desires. Emotions, or your feeling. Affirmation suggests that what you desire is happening now. It's not going to happen. You believe it's already has taken place and it's happening right now. So I've written down a few affirmations to share with you. And these are just samples, okay? And now before I say these affirmations, I'm going to read it mentally to myself. Then I'm going to verbalize the affirmation. And while I'm verbalizing the affirmation, I'm creating an image in my mind. And then as I do that, I attach good feelings to them as I say it out loud. So here's one. I affirm that I always feel well. Let me repeat that. Let's say you were saying this. You were saying, I affirm that I always feel well, or I am always feeling well. So you could say, as you read the words, see, because the word affirm means to make it strong, to make it stick, to make it firm within yourself. I affirm. So you're saying with a certain level of confidence, I affirm that I always am feeling well. Then you pause and you want to feel the energy. You want to feel the energy as it pushes and moves through you. Then you go, I affirm that I can save money and develop a sense of prosperity and wealth. Now, there's a certain inflection in there, right? And what's happening is, as you're using the words with an image and a feeling, you are also feeling it come back over you, like someone pouring warm feelings all over you. Here's another example. Right now, I affirm that I am happy all of the time. I'm happy all the time. I was expressing to someone at the fair on Sunday, had they ever heard of laugh yoga? And there's people that do it all the time. But you don't really need any certification. You just need to say, ha, 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 and feel that. Ho, 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 and feel that. He. And then start mixing it up. And you're not thinking of anything in particular when you do it. But if you do it enough times, you start to laugh, and laugh loud, and laugh uncontrollably. Why? Because you believe in what you're saying is just comical. And it's bringing joy to yourself. It is releasing the joy inside of you. I affirm that I love all people, and all people love me. Now, when I say you have that desire, you want that desire of feeling it right now. So you can say, I affirm that I love all people. Pause a bit, and then inhale. And all people love me now. I affirm that I am worthy to receive a raise. Maybe you're seeking a raise, seeking a promotion, a better career. So you're telling yourself from the inside out, I affirm that I am worthy to receive a raise. I affirm that I am receiving my raise now. And everyone appreciates me now. You're putting it in the present tense, because that's very important. All you got is the present moment, so you got to build up the energy around you. Then you say, I affirm that my self-confidence and self-love is always strong. Can you imagine? Self-confidence and self-love is always strong, now than ever before. You getting into saying now than ever before. You like making a comparison. Now. You're not thinking about what has transpired behind you. You're thinking about right in this very moment. Have that feeling that a child gets when they get a gift, or they're taken to some place that they always wanted to go to, and the parent takes them there. And they see themselves having pure joy, pure sense of joy. Maybe you're a child playing in the mud, pure sense of joy, playing in the sunlight, playing in the rain, playing in the snow, running in and out of bed of leaves. Mom and dad rake the leaves up, you see a big pile, and you run and you dive in the leaves. You're having fun. We have to almost generate that kind of funness with ourselves. The late Neville Goddard would say, Goddard, Neville, spelled like in Neville Brothers, Neville, he would always say, think from the end. Something you're seeking to accomplish so you see the end result and only the end result. It could be people applauding you, shaking your hand, embracing you. Seeing more zeros in your bank account. You counting up money. You sitting back saying, ooh, my bills are taken care of. Getting things that you always desired or wanted. What else can you experience? You can say, I am feeling abundance and prosperity are in my life now. That's what you're feeling. Abundance and prosperity are in my life now. So you're stepping past belief because you recognize on some level through your faith that abundance has always been ongoing in your life and prosperity has been ongoing in your life. I affirm that I am healthy in every moment in my life, including right now. You have experienced health, optimum health, great health, better health, having more energy. You've experienced it as happening in the moment right now. I read somewhere that someone had said, I forget the name of the author, but the person said, your subconscious mind is like a microcosmic universe, and it's connected to the macrocosmic universe. So there's a connection between you and it at the same time. Another person was saying it's in the brain at the same time. Another person was saying the cells in your body emit so many volts, like 1/100th of a volt in your body. 0.17 volts every cell. So you can imagine all of that going on. If that's the right figure, right? Eventually, all the trillions of cells, you're kicking off hundreds of thousands of volts of electricity running through your body. Imagine if you're super healthy, people can see it coming through your skin. They can see it in your auric field. If you're not well, though, they can see that too. Your energy looks gray. But if you have faith in yourself, because you've had the experience before, you could bring that light forward again through your body. So when you say, I affirm, that means you're taking a strong stance with yourself. I affirm that I am healthy in every moment in my life, including right now. Just not a portion of my life, but in the moment right now. Here's another one. I affirm that the right people are in my life now, and they appreciate and love me for who I am. In other words, right now, they're not judging. They're not looking for you to be different, but they're accepting who you say that you are right now. The universe brings me everything that is right for me now. I am grateful. You're seeing it, you're feeling it, you're knowing it, you're experiencing it directly for yourself. You get so strong with the thoughts and so strong with the feelings and so strong with the image. You speak something and it shows up. Why? Because you're expecting it, you're intending it. There's no doubt in your mind. And even if things appear to be slow, because you got to remember, you are a co-creator with the universe who has the creatorship power. So you have to align yourself with the universe, and then things start flowing. Then you start looking at what's unique and what's just right for you in this moment. You don't worry about all this other stuff. You just get on board with right now. So do your best to write some positive affirmations for yourself and keep them in the now moment. Let's keep them in the present moment. Let's expect goodness to happen for ourselves and not something negative. Because when you can expect goodness to happen and you can feel the presence of goodness with yourself, that energy begins to do what? Radiates through you. And whoever you come in contact with, they get hit with the positive energy. Even if they're not physically around you, they are at a distance, right? But even though they're at a distance, they could feel the presence of who you are. They start thinking about you. It's, oh, I was just thinking about you the other day. I was just thinking about you a minute ago. Why? Because your energy is out there, like the butterfly effect. Started with you, and it's like a domino effect. And it had to go out into the world, and it had to come back. So just as much as went out into the world, 3-4 times as much comes back. You tithe something, 10% of you goes out in the world, and you expect 100% of that 10% to come back. Not just the 10%, but the 10 times 100, and the 100 times 100, and the 1,000 and so forth times such and such and such and such. You expect it to happen. There's no doubt in your mind. You're affirming it, and you're accepting it. You released it to the universe. It comes back to you. But then you begin to realize it's vibrating on the inside of you. It vibrates on the inside of you. You can feel it. Put your hand on your chest and say one of those words. Say, I affirm. First you hear it, feel it in your chest. I affirm. You feel it in your throat. I affirm. But when you start relaxing this and relaxing your chest muscles and come down below your below the diaphragm and put your hand down there and drop your voice down a little lower and more relaxed, and eventually you'll hear or feel down there vibrate. You imagine when you really say something, come all the way down through your pelvis and through your legs and down into the soles of your feet, travel up into your shoulders, through your arms and into your hands and the palms of your hands. You begin to become very electrical and very magnetic. You're pulling it in and you're sending it out. Even through your power of your breathing, you're doing the same, through the power of how you breathe. But what also does this too is the cadence, the rhythm. We all have a certain rhythm. Your heartbeat has a rhythm. You can feel it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But when you get into a state of meditation and silent meditation, and it drops down and gets slower and slower and slower, you enter the state of tranquility, peace, harmony, and happiness, vibrating to the energy in your space, creating peace, harmony, and happiness. And you're intending it to be, intending to receive a direct experience, being in the moment right now. Thanks for enjoying coming in today and joining and seeing this, whether you see it live or in replay it over and over if you like. Affirmation: the act of making your words firm and alive with truth for yourself helps change the atmosphere in your surroundings, helps attract good experiences, and makes you stronger. Thank you for joining me today, and do get in touch with Resident Essentials, www.residentessentials.com. Do get in touch with Connected Compass Limited Company. Speak to Nicole at Connected Compass Limited Company. In fact, her website is www.yourconnectedcompass.com, or Michelle's www.residentessentials.com, and get this opportunity to sign up for Breakthrough Connections. Find out more information. This is going to kick off November the 6th, 2008. That's a Saturday. Get 3 hours of us helping you and your psychically gifted children. I'm signing out now. Tomorrow will be Swanda with Michelle Vidal, owner and operator of Resident Essentials, with some of the hippest topics of metaphysics and spirituality. And she loves teaching it and helping you have better understanding how to just move your life forward, okay? She'll be on tomorrow, Friday, at 12 p.m. Also, tune in. Just come back here to this page or go to our Resident Essentials events page. But just go to these pages, especially here, Resident Essentials, the group, and stay in touch with us to see what else is coming up that you need to know about that can help change your life. And if you're here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, get that address, 3107 Eubank Boulevard Northeast, inside the Scottsdale Plaza, just north of Candelaria. I had to think a bit. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. May you have a great rest of your evening, a beautiful Friday, a great Saturday, a great Sunday. Stay charged up, stay excited. My grace is your grace. I'm Brother Francis with Wisdom Keys. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. I'm here every Thursday at 1 p.m. Bye now. Take care of yourself and just continue to keep making life better for not only yourself but loved ones.